Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz is going down, and it's time for a prediction.
He's done it from time to time. Just haven't been.
From the United Kingdom, the Nightmare.
Alright, I'm gonna try to keep this one short because I'm pretty confident in this prediction. You could say it's sad, you could say it's unfortunate, you could even say it's a little disturbing. But I think that Nate Diaz stands little to no chance of beating Jake Paul. It's unfortunate, I know. The man is a UFC MMA legend. He has provided us UFC fans with some of the most exciting fights we have ever seen. One of the biggest names in the game, but he is well past those prime years. And now he is entering his first boxing match against Jake Paul, someone who a lot of people like to make fun of. But as much as you may like or dislike Jake Paul, he has been in this game for a few years now and has pretty much dedicated his life to learning this game. We have seen him prove himself in the ring, especially against ex-UFC fighters, knocking out Tyron Woodley, beating Anderson Silva by a decision, and then, of course, that Ben Askren knockout, but that one wasn't as impressive. And I don't really think Nate is a tougher fight than Woodley or Silva. Prime Nate is a different story, but we're talking 38 years old Nate. And I just can't picture a way in my head where Nate gets this job done. I don't think he can outbox Jake for the majority of the rounds. I don't think he can knock him out. And I really don't think he can continue to eat shot after shot from Jake Paul. We know that Jake has knockout power. I see this fight ending in one or two ways, both pretty early on. I do believe this fight is scheduled for 10 rounds, but I really don't see it getting that far. I think there's a chance that Jake knocks him out relatively early, say the third or fourth round. I do think Jake is going to come out a little slow. I think he is going to try to feel it out those first couple rounds. And I think he's going to amp it up as the fight goes on, landing some big shots, and I could see a finish in that third or fourth round for Jake Paul. I could also see Jake landing a lot of shots early, and it just adds up and opens up all that scar tissue on Nate, and we could even see a doctor stoppage for this one. We know Nate has been through it, and he bleeds easy. He has a lot of scar tissue on his face, and it will open up if he starts to take damage. So I could also see that happening maybe round 5 or 6. I know that Nate is a tough dude, and he is going to show that toughness to a certain degree throughout this fight, but you can only be tough for so long. This fight is also scheduled at 185 pounds, which is not Nate's natural weight class. This man has fought most of his career at 155. Jake, who is a big guy and should be fighting at this weight, the power discrepancy is gonna be there, and I don't see that going well for Nate. Jake has the youth on his side. He has the weight on his side. He has been dedicated to boxing for some years now, and ultimately, I see Jake Paul winning this fight by a 4th round knockout. That's what I'm going with for this one. From what I've been seeing of other people's predictions, what it seems like to me is that a lot of people who kind of follow Jake's career and what he's doing believe he's gonna win, but a lot more people who are mostly UFC fans and don't really follow the whole Jake Paul thing, kind of just look at it as a joke. I think a lot of those fans think that Nate can pull this one off, and I can respect the wishful thinking, but I don't see that happening. Nate is always going to bring the entertainment, and I am hoping that he has his moments in this fight. I hope that he has a good showing out there, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. What do you guys think? Am I off the mark on this one? Do you see Nate Diaz beating Jake Paul, or do you see Jake pulling off the win here? Let me know. Subscribe for more boxing updates and content. The support is much appreciated. Thank you for watching. Peace.